up to item 5, the election of the Mayor for 2021 to 2022. So I would ask for a proposer for the Mayor, please. Councillor Hallam.
Madam Mayor, thank you very much. I'd like to propose Councillor Richard McRae for the office of Mayor to take over from yourself, and I would echo the sentiments that about how extraordinary a mayor you've been in these extraordinary circumstances. But now I'm going to sing Councillor McRae's virtues. So I've lived in Stapleford for a while. Richard's lived in Stapleford forever. And when I first met Richard, I had probably the same impression that we all did, if we're absolutely honest, which is that you take in the hoodie and you take in the gold teeth, and I've got to be honest. I'm very sorry, my friend, but I thought, who the heck is this knockoff Ali G, right? But I got to know you, and it was well before I became a councillor. I got to know you, just like so many people in Stapleford have got to know you, and so many people in Broxtowe have got to know you, and it's because you are a genuine person. Madam Mayor, Councillor McRae is the embodiment of what a good local councillor should be. Always there for the community, non-judgmental, always supportive. And I'm not just talking about supporting the residents. You could say that as a councillor, that's our job, but supportive of each other, irrespective of political differences, political similarities. It doesn't matter at all. Anybody can work with Richard, and Richard would work with anybody. And I think that that is an absolute testament to the character of the person who I would like to see become the mayor, and an example for the rest of us to follow. Now, sorry, Councillor Owen, I am using notes because the reason for that is I speak at about twice the rate of a normal person. Richard speaks about twice the rate of a normal person, right? So, in the 5 years that we've known each other, I actually feel like it's been 20 years worth of conversation, and I have to have some notes so that I don't go completely off on one, right? So, I've said that you're always there, Richard, and this is very heavily illustrated when I'm trying to have a conversation with you, right? When I can get a word in edgeways, which is very rarely, right? When I do finally get the opportunity to say, actually, Richard, this is what I need to talk to you about, the phone will go off. And then the phone will go off again and again, and it's always a resident, and they're saying, right, do you know anything about this? Can you help me with that? And your answer is, when you do know something, you'll say, yeah, you say, this is what I know. When you don't, you'll be like, I'll look into it, and I will find out, and I'll get back to you. And that's absolutely brilliant, and really, really is. No excuses, no procrastination. Just here's what I know, here's what I don't know. I'll get on it. Right now, you're always there as well. So I don't know how. I've heard about something as news breaks in my ward, and then I'll go, right, I better go and have a look at that. And then I come down the road and I go, oh, there's a red people carrier. I know who's already here. I don't know how. Have you got a police scanner? Right, genuinely in touch with the community, absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to wrap up, but there are three main reasons that I'm proposing Richard McRae to be the next Mayor of Broxtowe. The first one is, Richard is a very good person. The second one is, Richard is a very good councillor. And the third one, Richard is a spectacular friend. So it is my honour and privilege, Madam Mayor, to propose formally Councillor Richard McRae to be the next Mayor of Broxtowe.
Thank you. And do we have a seconder, please?
So, Madam Mayor, I rise tonight to second the nomination of Councillor Richard McRae as Mayor. But before I do, I'd like to just put the record straight on one or two little things. First of all, the technology issues that you reckon you have, you don't. I know that when you're sick of listening to somebody, you say, oh, my internet connection is now unstable. There'll be no more of that now on face-to-face meetings. Now you're going to have to pay attention. There's no recording and play it back. None of that, Madam Mayor. And as far as the nomination for Mayor goes, the most oft-spoken phrase during the year 2020 has been, of course, you're on mute. The second one, of course, Madam Mayor, the second most oft statement made is that a legacy hand? But this year, Madam Mayor, the most word that's said to the Mayor is, Richard, get your hair cut. Now, for those of us who know Councillor McRae, Richard, who I'm seconding as Mayor tonight, Madam Mayor, knows that sometimes his attire may well seem to be a little out of step with the ordinary. Although I must say tonight, he's looking a lot better. Up till a few weeks ago when his hair was bedraggled and he kept saying, because the barbers aren't open till March. No, Richard, when we were kids, and we used to get the bowl placed on your head and your mother would whip round the bowl with your scissors and we'd all go to school with a basin cut. Now, only those of us over 60-odd can remember those days, but they certainly did happen. So, Madam Mayor, it gives me great pleasure. I mean, Richard is an infectious person, in that some of the infections you get are quite nice and some of them are quite nasty. It depends where you've been the night before. But Madam Mayor, he has got this infectious enthusiasm that sometimes drives me to distraction. I'll be quite honest with you, and I love nothing more than like when he's sitting on my yard yesterday saying, for God's sake, Richard, shut up a minute. Well, you know. And for that, he takes it in good humour. He's got a good sense of humour, good sense of fun. He's infectious. He works hard on behalf of the local community. Madam Mayor, I think he'll make a great representative of this borough, so long as he heeds them immortal words that the leader tells him. Richard, get your hair cut. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I formally second the nomination.
We've had the proposal, we've had the seconder, so now we come to the vote. Councillors, I would like to ask those who are in favour of this nomination, please to raise their hands. Thank you. Any against, please raise their hands. Any abstentions? Thank you. Thank you, one and all. So now it is my enormous pleasure, actually, to declare that Richard McRae, Councillor Richard McRae, be elected Mayor of the Borough of Broxtowe until the annual meeting next year, 2022. So, Councillor McRae, would you come forward and I will move over.
I will now call upon the newly elected Mayor to read aloud and sign the Declaration of Acceptance of Office.
Thank you. I, Richard Danny McRae, having been appointed to the office of Mayor of the Council of the Borough of Broxtowe, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the Code of Conduct which is expected of members of the Broxtowe Borough Council. I forgot what the date is. if you back with me again.
The civic officer will now collect the chain to clean it before it is passed on to Councillor Richard McRae. And while we wait for this to take place, Councillor McRae will say a few words.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, those watching online and fellow councillors, I would like to thank Councillor Janet Patrick for her term as the Mayor. Whilst there's been a very difficult year, I would like to pay tribute to the work that Councillor Patrick has undertaken. She has managed to attend 291 events, both in person and online. Being able to support so many people doing well in Broxtowe to help others is always appreciated, and I can't think of anyone who can thank these people in the way that only Councillor Janet Patrick can do. Once again, thank you for your service as the past Mayor of Broxtowe.
Congratulate you, and when we are ready, we just wait to place the chain upon your shoulders.
Thank you. Get right around. And as a token of our appreciation for your service as a Mayor over the past 12 months, Councillor Patrick, we have some gifts here for you to collect after the meeting, including your past Mayor's badge, your mayoral photo album and certificate of your achievements this year. Thank you. You may now take your seat in the chamber.
After I've done one thing,
Okay.
I think this, by the way, this is the most lovely picture. Don't you think so? It's magnificent. Even the colours.
You should have seen the one before I had my hair cut.